So I would say like round of applause or something. Maybe you can flash your headlights or something. You know, this is a different type of event. Please welcome to the stage, Stevie Boi.
All right, I'm coming. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you got your mic. Fantastic.
I've been sitting there all that time. Hi, everybody. I am so happy to be back in Columbus, Ohio.
Yes.
Hey, girl, hey.
All right, we got us a cute little situation up here for our little chat.
A little leg.
Yeah. Oh, you got some leg.
Yes, just a little clear
One
leg
of your
action.
designs.
Yes, everything.
Okay.
Everything. The hat too.
Well, I'm wearing your glasses, circa 2015, the last time you were here in Columbus, and
Yes.
everybody tries to steal these glasses. So I'm requesting that you bring this style back.
I'm working on a chrome edition for them.
Okay.
Yeah. Just for you, actually, because she's been asking me to do this for a while.
Only
So-
because I don't want to share my glasses with people.
Yeah, like your own mom tried to take them from
My
you.
own mother.
All your friends, everybody.
So just bring them back. Well, we are so excited to have you back this year. And so COVID, right? You were supposed to premiere this collection somewhere else.
Yeah, New York Fashion Week.
Yeah.
And I chose not to. I decided to come back. This is basically a home for me. I didn't realize how much love I had until I showcased here, a couple of years ago, and how much respect that everybody has for my brand, which is crazy because, New York is so, different and out there. But I was like, okay, the people of Columbus, Ohio actually have, the same opinion that I have in regards to fashion. I think it's like unjudgmental.
Yeah.
But I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, Columbus, a lot of people don't know till they get here that we're an eclectic city.
Yeah.
And you're going to find the plain Janes all the way to the very eccentric fantasy type of fashions. So,
Yeah.
So many people were excited to have you here. Tell them about how they did with your glasses last time.
Okay, so this is a true story. So the last time I showcased here, I, was, packing my bags, this and the third, running out. I'm old in my mind. I'm not old, but in my mind, I'm old. I was like, I just want to go back to the hotel room and lay down. And a group of women chased me to the car, and they was like, we want these sunglasses. I was like, okay. And they was like, we want this too. I was like, you guys could just place the order. And they literally bought everything out of my suitcase to the point where I threw the suitcase away when I flew back home. Because I didn't need to.
Well, I bought these I was
Yes.
like, okay, after they come off the runway,
Yes.
they're mine.
Directly. And I'll tell you that doesn't happen to me in New York City, surprisingly. Like, a lot of people fake the funk. They act like they want to support you. They want to buy stuff, but they don't. And I'm going to keep it real tonight, y'all. Don't worry. I'll keep it PG, though.
Okay, so New York Fashion Week didn't happen because of COVID, and you're releasing this collection with us, and it's called Skate.
Yes.
So tell everybody, I know, but tell
Yeah.
everybody the inspiration behind Skate.
Okay, so this collection is entitled Skate because I just wanted to do something that was going to be challenging for me. I do not like denim at all. I'm wearing it. That doesn't mean that I like it. So I wanted to challenge myself with that. And I was born in '89, but I grew up in the '90s skateboarding. And if you remember anything of that time period, it was a lot of denim, oversized jeans. It was quite tacky. And I wanted to mix it with futurism. So that's why you see, like, I have, like, the clear situation here. I'm not really wearing too much chrome tonight, but I'm, like, obsessed with chrome. So I kind of mix with the 90s with the Y2K era. And that's how I came up with the collection Skate. This is a challenge for me. Just like when I did my pink collection, I don't like the color pink. So I decided to do a whole collection around pink just to challenge myself because I've been designing going on 11 years. And I don't want to use the same aesthetic 24/7, but I still want to have a signature with me.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I love that, sometimes people are inspired by things they love, but I love the fact that you're inspired by things that maybe make you feel uncomfortable
Yeah.
and you push yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the next collection is going to be, but I'm sure it's going to be something that makes me ultra, like, uncomfortable. Maybe I'll do, like, a children's line. I don't know. I'm going to do something that's going to make me be like, can I do it? I think that's the biggest thing. It's not just it makes me uncomfortable, but can I do it?
Yeah.
Because I get told that, oh, no, maybe you just stay in your lane. Just wear the all black all the time. You and your black turtlenecks and your leather coats.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I got a line for you. I'm going to call it pink, And that's how I challenge myself. And I find it very fun, too, because it teaches me that apparently I have some type of talent that I didn't know I had. Yeah.
Definitely. You definitely have some talent. So let's rewind to the beginning of that talent.
Uh-oh.
What made you want to start designing? What was that light bulb that you're like, you know what, I should design?
Well, I was in school for law. I dropped out because I wasn't, this, but I was in high school and college at the same exact time. Apparently I'm smart. I don't know how, but whatever. And I was like, this is too much. So I moved to Baltimore City on my own. And I got a loft or whatever, and I started hanging around creatives. And they were like, there's something about you. You should probably get into the arts or something. These are artists. These aren't designers, though, I'm talking about. So I was able to express myself through their art, working with them. But then I got the opportunity to express myself through my own art, which became design. I would just start making my own clothes and like going to the clubs in New York City, driving my Chevy Cobalt up to New York City, driving back to Baltimore 3.5, 4 hours. And people would compliment my looks. To the day I met Richie Rich, owner of Heather Red, very well known, club kid from the 80s. And he just like took me under his wing and he was like, you're really good at what you do. You should really take this seriously. And I was working for the military at the time, so I had the money to invest in my brand. Unlike other people, that was a blessing, like a huge blessing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here because it takes a lot of money, as we know. But yeah, and then it just took off from there. So I made a pair of sunglasses. I went to a rapper's concert. She looked at me because I was not dancing in the audience and she wanted to pinpoint me out. She took them off my face, wore them. It was on the newspaper the next day. From there, people figured out it was me because I had like a popularity on MySpace. MySpace.
We're not old.
Oh, okay.
MySpace.
That part.
I did try to log in recently
For
to delete
kids
my
this
page.
generation, that is called Facebook. But yeah, and then from there, it just was like a windstorm. Then it went to Gaga. Then it went to like the list just goes on. So many celebrities. The first celebrity I actually worked with, like professional, was Eva Marcel Pickford from America's Top Model, the one that won, and she was on the cover of Obvious magazine. And it just kept going back and forth. To 2 months into it, I had a Vogue magazine cover, and that's impossible because there's designers that's been designing for 30, 40 years that's never even had been in Vogue. Yeah. And that's when I met Anna Della Rosso, the editor of Vogue Upon, and she just gave me the opportunity that a lot of people, would work hard for it, which I worked hard for too. It wasn't that easy as soon as I got it because she was like, I need this, I need that, I need that. And I'm like, where are these products going? I don't see them. Then every other month, it would be like a Vogue cover or like a major A-list celebrity wearing them.
So
way out of my control.
But that's amazing though, because we've talked, and I'm always like, you're just like, I don't know how this happened, and I'm always like, it's your fate, it's your destiny. This is how this happened. So we're talking celebrities, and Gaga and all these people, Eva Pickford, that you've had wear your clothes or sunglasses. Who has been your favorite celebrity in one of your looks?
I don't know if she considers herself a celebrity, but it is Anna Della Rosso. I keep that name going. These Vogue, got to stay in Vogue. But I think that's I'm going to go ahead and say, Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah. Yeah. And you and Whoopi have like a really special relationship. Yeah. How did you and Whoopi meet?
That was manifested. Every child growing up during my era of the 90s watched Whoopi's movies, or even the 80s. And I always just wanted to play her son in a movie. And I always spoke that, just like Tiffany Haddish said, she always wanted to play her daughter in a movie. And then that happened with Tyler Perry. Whoopi, I hope you can hear me. I'm still trying to play your son. But I met her through management after the fact that she was told by one of her employees or somebody that, you should check this guy out. And she was like, okay, whatever. Then I went to The View and she recognized me. Like, it's so weird how she would know it was me. She told me to come up to her. And then the staff that worked at The View at the time knew who I was, like Karen DiPucci, like, different people. And they just kept talking about me to the point where she was like so interested. So then I get this random phone call from her and she's like, this is going to sound random, but I need you to host my daughter's birthday party. Like, we don't even know each other. And then that's when it clicked. And then that was years ago. And then she's come to like majority of my shows.
Yeah, yeah.
And I never tell people when she comes to my shows. I think it's always funny. People act so crazy.
Well, I'm sorry. If Whoopi Goldberg walked in the room, I'd be like, what? Like,
yeah, I don't even tell my own staff. Like, no one knows.
Yeah.
We think it's funny.
Yeah.
And she's so sweet. She actually takes pictures with everybody. Like, she would be like, the security would be like, she's like, no, it's okay. Picture,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I learned that behavior. I feel like that's that old school behavior. Because this generation, sorry, I'm not trying to overtalk you, but this generation that I live in, they feel so self-entitled and like, you know, oh, I got some followers. I'm like, followers does not equal money, honey. Like, you got to pay these bills, darling.
Yeah. So let's talk about, since you're talking a little touch of social media, how important is social media to a fashion brand in these days?
Well, it depends on what kind of branding you want. Like, for example, you know, my products are exclusive. I make one of a kind product. It goes straight to my Instagram. It sells out because I only make 1 or 2 of them. And I'm not making them ever again. I know that you're side-eyeing me.
Yes, you are.
You're like, yes, you are. And that's my unique situation on social media. So my engagement comes from that because people are like, oh my gosh, let me hurry up and get to my credit card because he's not making these again. And I'm serious when I say I'm not going to make them again because I want people to walk around knowing that they have a Stevie Boi product that no one else can ever get. You can try to emulate it, but it can't be duplicated. And the other thing is that I always add that extra stamp because I always include like either a note in the polyvore, which is like, you know, the mail, or a gift. I always give the customers, you know, free gifts and stuff. I'm a very generous person when it comes to that.
Do you ever realize how many, like just shades, not even talking about your clothing, how many shades do you think you make in a year?
Oh, a lot.
Like thousands,
Yeah,
hundreds?
yeah, definitely up in the thousands. It depends. Honestly, shout out to Erykah Badu. I'm going to send this to her. I'm going to text this video to her whenever I get it. But it's going to sound very Erykah Badu-ish, but it's really like in the mood and the feeling.
Yeah.
Like, I don't just sit on social media and just make stuff just to make money. I'm like, do I want to do this today? Nah, I don't feel the energy. I want people to like get the product and like be like, yo, he put his all into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I imagine sometimes you may make something and you're like, I'm not feeling this. This ain't the vibe.
Yeah, and actually that happens to me a lot. Like, I'll make something, feeling it, like all excited, and then in the middle I'll be like, And but what I do is I don't throw it away. I just push it to the side, and I'll come back to it like a month later.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I go into like my studio with a goal to do something, I still have to accomplish something, even if it's so simple.
Yeah. Yeah. So right now, today, if I could tell you could dress any celebrity, anybody, who would it be?
Grace Jones. I've been saying it for years. I have a story about Grace Jones.
Tell me.
It's
Are
the
you willing to
craziest
share?
story. MySpace days again. I get friended on MySpace back in 2005 by this like dude, and talked to him for years, and then he just disappears. Right? It was Grace Jones' son. Second story. I'm in Paris. I had an apartment for 2 months. I was professionally modeling at the time. This was earlier in my career. I kept asking my friend, in which his dad is like some African, like something. He does something like overseas, or I don't know. And it was a nice apartment, just me and my homeboy in the house. You know, he was my assistant at the time. And I was like, why do flashes all the time? He was like, I don't know. I just got here. Like, they got money like that, so he don't even know what it's like staying in the apartment type of thing. It was Grace Jones. She lived directly across the hall. I'm like, why don't she want to what is going on with this energy? I see it. It's happening. But when the time comes, it comes. I realize that as I got older too, like when it's meant to be, it will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Grace Jones, she's so fierce and edgy, and she has I love her jawline.
Yeah. You can't pay for that.
No, you cannot. I wish you could
you have a beautiful
contour
jawline.
that, but it doesn't work.
Stop it.
But I think that
I'll
would
show
be
you
an
some
amazing
tricks.
collaboration between you two.
That will be that collaboration will be ridiculous.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be like a good 1, 2, 3 collaboration. I'm like, can we just do this for the rest of our lives together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So skate. Let's talk back about skate.
Mm-hmm.
Give people an idea of some of the materials and the moods, and is it girls and guys or just girls?
Yeah. So I played around with some fringe with this, some beads, some silk. A lot of faux leather. I added some spikes. I wanted to go to the 90s, but like I said, I wanted to mix some futurism. I got some vinyl right here. It's very interesting. I used a lot of mixed materials that I'd never worked with before, all at one time. So it's tough. It's tough.
But that plays into the futurism of it.
And I didn't want it to be too 1990s because we've seen that on the runway, and they try to make it like high fashion, where it's they just try to add accessories to try to make it seem like it's different. I was like, let me challenge myself and actually really like sit on the sewing machine and sew stuff together and see if it works. And it turned out to work. Now, it's maybe hot to wear.
It might be a little warm.
It feels great to wear, actually. But certain pieces I intentionally made only for editorial. Like, it is not for you to buy and wear. But that's the crazy thing, because when I do that, people end up wanting those. I'm like, I'm telling you as a designer, I understand you want to buy this for me. It's going to be hot. You're like, girl, I don't care. I want it.
Well, sometimes you just want to wear something for that moment. Like, you want to have that fashion moment, and you know that you're going to suffer.
It's either fashion or suffering.
Yes.
Or both.
Like a lot of us ladies, I'm sure ladies out here can nod at, sometimes we wear heels.
Yeah.
And we're dying.
Yeah.
But we know we're looking good.
I know.
So sometimes you have to sweat in your outfit.
Yeah.
Because you know you look good.
And just look real crazy. But guess what? You're going to have some good Instagram photos.
Yes. Do it for the gram. Definitely.
For the gram. For the social media.
Yes. So this collection, guys and girls?
Yes, it's unisex. And that's the other thing. Everything I do is unisex. I feel like, and I'm not going to go into the whole like gender bending conversation, but I just feel like every single thing I've done is unisex, just like the androgyny of Grace Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like women's blazers these days, they've got the boyfriend look, you know? So unisex is great as long as it fits. Who cares who it's made for? If it looks good on you and it fits great and you love it, what's the problem?
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't have the problem because I'll go into the store directly to the women's section knowing that my clothes are going to be cheaper if I go into the men's section.
Okay. Look,
that part.
People say
this. I
this.
said it.
I need to like do some investigating because
it's a thing.
Okay. I mean, I believe you, but
I mean, girl, it ain't that hard. You can just look and I'm already looking around. I'm already seeing things. So you could tell when he's not wearing men's pants.
Okay.
But to each his own.
To each his own. I'm not mad. As long as you ain't going in my closet taking my stuff.
Now that's a different conversation.
Have your own. Don't be digging in mine.
That part.
Yeah. So out of all of your collections, what's been your favorite one? And why?
Okay. You know what? Actually, my favorite collection is Cabin, because that was the most challenging collection. And honestly, I proved to myself that I'm an actual designer. Like, that was difficult. That collection was difficult because it was based off of me spending time in the woods, being a Boy Scout, and just being in the woods and wearing like, manly stuff. And I was thinking like all types of stuff, like chopping down trees. And I used that type of stuff as my inspiration.
So Cabin, I think that was the year after you were here. So I remember we had talked and it blew my mind that you actually went and stayed in a cabin. Yeah. So,
I locked myself in a cabin. I got a little too method. And actually I had to when I left the cabin, I mentally had to lock myself in my house. So I went from my house, from a cabin to my house, because I was so into it. But guess what? It turned out to be a really good collection. I got a lot of good reviews for that. And that was also featured on Slay, which was produced by Strut on Oxygen Network, produced by Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you do to get in the mindset for skate? Did you grab a skateboard out and go somewhere? What'd you do?
I love this question. So my friends in Baltimore, I was hanging out with my homeboys, and they just happened to be skaters, like professional, actual skaters. And that's what happened. I was like, you know what, you guys, I'm not trying to be a culture vulture with y'all culture, but y'all my homeboys. Can I go ahead and just ask you a few questions? Like, oh gosh, Stevie, let me guess, you're gonna make a collection about skating. I was like, bingo. Yeah. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
And so I went to the skate park with them. I stayed for about a month. And I went to the skate park almost every other day, doing BMX, skateboarding, falling down, scraping my knee, seeing the culture. And I implemented a lot of that into the collection, but I just switched it and made it into more of a high fashion thing, because it would have just been super baggy and, just dirty. But
yeah. I think that's pretty cool. The way I always love talking to you about the way you engulf yourself into your collection before the collection even starts.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you're living the life of this collection.
A year in advance sometimes.
Yeah.
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 Like I even planned out the next collection. I always have 4 collections in mind a year prior, and then it depends on, like, once again, here we go with the energy. It depends on, like, my spiritual situation, like, and then on top of that, if you ever notice, like, whenever I do collections for some strange reason around the world, like, other designers just happen to have the same, like, theme going on, I'm like, it's like some weird meeting that we're having in our sleep. We're all like, we all have to do the same silhouette and the same colors, and strange.
You're on that same mental plane at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to claim it.
We know. We know what's going on.
Yes, yes. So the one thing that everybody's dealing with is COVID, right?
Yeah,
and so many people are out of work. So many stores are closing. So many organizations are pivoting with their business. But talk about how COVID has affected your fashion brand.
Well, it's affected me more, less than sales, but more with touring. Because as you know, I tour a lot. Like, I'm not your typical boring fashion designer that sits at home and just wants to do one show a year. I do over 50 shows a year in different countries. And because I have a good, I guess, repertoire with different fashion weeks and different people that are in fashion, they just bring me out every year, or not, or whatever. So I'm so used to it. So that's affected me because it's all about, like I said, an engagement with social media. So my social media is used to that. So like, where are you not doing this? And I'm like, COVID.
Ciao.
Did you forget?
It's a pandemic.
Like,
Like,
a whole
for real.
pandemic is happening.
Yeah. So, it's just interesting. I love talking to people to see what this year has done for them. A lot of the designers that are showing on the runway, the local designers, some of them said that it gave them time to pause and reflect and perfect and put a legit business plan together.
See, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like, when people ask me questions in regards to how do I do it, I always tell them I'm a business person first. I didn't come from a family of creatives. I came from law enforcement and military and business owners. I don't know anything else. So, like, I'm very, very strict about what I do, and I think that's why I have longevity. The creative thing is just, God gave me that. That's just easy. Whatever, easy peasy. I can make anything right now. Give me some fabric and a sewing machine. But, like, the business is what I'm concerned about. And I think that's the other thing that's kind of backwards when it comes to designers. They're too focused on being creative instead of doing the business first. Because where are you going to get your fabric from?
Yeah, so let's talk about the business. What's, in your mind, what's the most important part of the business side for a designer?
The most important part for designer in regards to business?
Yep.
Saving your money is one, and knowing how to disperse funds when you need to disperse it. A lot of things don't have to be paid for. There's companies out here that are willing to offer you free samples. And then don't just go online and buy, like, yards of fabric. Ask them for a sample. The samples will usually ship for free. If you can't get that, then, in New York City, they're very lucky. You could just walk down the street and go to Fabric District and just curse them out and just tell them, I need this. Give me this. This has been sitting here for 2 years. I know, because I was here 2 years ago. So give me a discount. But, out here, I think, it's more broad. Broad, I said. I don't know if y'all heard me. I feel like it's a little bit more difficult. I don't know. You got to tell me, because I do want to go look at some fabric tomorrow.
Yeah. So, we don't have the district like New York. Mm-hmm. So, there are stores here, but a lot of times some of our designers, they'll take what I call a little field trip. Okay. Sometimes they'll go to New York and go to Mood and all those other stores. Yeah. Or, like, sometimes I'll dabble a little in design, and I'll do what you said, order a sample or order a fabric and just work with what I got. So it is a different challenge here. It's not like this is Morris Road. You can't just walk up Morris Road and go and,
That's my point. Yeah.
It's not.
Like, you can just, like, leave your apartment and just immediately just buy fabric.
Yeah.
Like, go downstairs.
Yeah. The beautiful thing here is that we're close to things. We have a lot of resources and stuff. So, but it's really important, like you said, the saving your money and knowing how to use your money in a smart way. Yeah. So, I mean, but that can go with any business. Yeah.
I feel like the same thing, and I think this is so amazing being here and talking about this, because, like you just said, like, all you have to do is just like look at different business models, and you'll end up realizing they're all basically the same. You just have to save your money. I didn't do the whole, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I didn't do the whole, and this is coming from the person that said I do business first, I knew the whole 5-year business plan. I said, wherever this takes me, it goes within the first couple months, and then it went completely up. But that was out of my blessing. And I feel like everybody's experience is different, because that doesn't, just it's what goes up always comes down, right?
Yeah.
So I went down, and then I came back up again, and went down and came up again. And I realized testing the market is really important too. Sometimes you just gotta challenge yourself and do things that you don't want to do.
So let's talk about the up and the down, the ebbs and flows. What do you advise people to do in design or business when they're on that down? What do you do to recalibrate and get that back?
That's a good question, because I feel like there's a lot of reality shows based around people that own businesses such as restaurants. I'm not going to name any or anything like that, but that shows, you probably know what I'm talking about, that shows when you open up multiple restaurants and you see they're not making money, why do you keep opening up? It's not like they're just going to randomly start making money. But then you got the people in business that went to school for it with degrees, and so they're like, well, it takes a certain amount of years to make money. I'm like, I don't necessarily believe that. I feel like you should just take your time making money. Like, you don't just go opening stuff because you have one success here. It may not work in the market of California. It may not work in the market of Ohio. It may not work in the market of New York City or Atlanta. So just, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
So definitely when it's working,
just work with it.
Push it.
Yeah, push it. I'd rather invest all my money into one baby than have another one and try to do that. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I just think it's interesting because a lot of people don't think about the business side in design. They think of the pretty. Mm-hmm. They see this.
I tell them this is all a facade. Like, I'm literally like a business person. Like this fashion stuff. I'm a whole entire man when this comes off. I'm in basketball shorts and everything. You wouldn't even recognize me. You're like, who is that?
Yeah.
That is not him with that beard.
Yeah, you crack me up when you grow the beard. I'd be like, honey, like full on beard.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
I look like somebody's husband, basically.
Yeah, well, yeah,
okay.
You do.
I'm doing too much.
So I always ask designers this: what piece of advice would you give to a student, a adult, anybody that is like, I want to break into design? What piece of advice would you give them?
3.
Sure.
Save your money. We said that. We got that. Intern. And keep your head on your shoulders, because at all times, I'm not talking about in regards to if you get a little success yourself, this and the third. I mean just in general, because as soon as it comes, it can go away real quick.
Yeah.
And it will shock you, and you'll just be like, wait, what just happened? How did I just lose everything so fast?
Yeah.
I'm talking about not your knowledge. That's one thing you can't be taken away from you, is your knowledge, but physical things can be taken, like money, this and the third, because you don't realize how much you're investing. Even with interns, they got to drive, they got to get gas, they got to feed themselves. You don't realize how much you're investing into your dream or yourself. But I'm telling you, that intern aspect is really important. I did it too for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Well, I work in media, and I tell people all the time, intern, because yes, a lot of times you're working for free, but think about the value of the knowledge you're gaining while you're there. Learn stuff. Don't just learn the one thing you want to know. Don't learn how to make a pattern. Learn how to make a pattern and learn how to choose fabrics and all these different things. So, I'm all about that.
I got a little quick story.
Tell me.
I'm in New York City, outside the London Hotel, trying to catch a cab, right? It's night, whatever. This girl comes up to me and she's like, do you remember me? I was like, no. I mean, what? You'll just introduce yourself. You say, hey, my name is, I interned your show. She was like, I interned your show many years ago. I was like, when? She was like, I was 12.
Lord.
I was like, what you're not going to do is age me like this. I'm 31. 12? Who hired you? And she showed me pictures and everything, and I was like, well, that's good. That actually made me cry, because I didn't know, I had this happen to me so many times. I didn't know I had that much influence on people. Yeah. And I'm not saying it's be dramatic, but I'm being dramatic. I didn't know.
Yeah. So if somebody wants to intern for a designer, or maybe you, how do you advise for them to get in touch with them?
Well, I would say go directly to the website and see what opportunities they are already offering on their, I think they have an employment section. Mm-hmm. For me, we have a section on there, on the contact, I would not really suggest to go to like certain sites that promote jobs because some of them are not legitimate. I think it's best just to go to the designer's website because they have that stuff like opportunities for employers, and they're always looking for interns, especially those big billion-dollar brands.
Yeah.
They need people ASAP.
Yeah. So, this young lady interned a show with you. Now we're in, hopefully, I'm saying hopefully, praying, the tail end of this pandemic.
Same.
But now we have these virtual shows. As a designer, what do you think about them? I think they're amazing because front row, yeah, you see it, but these virtual shows are really going to put you interactive with the garment. As a designer, how do you feel about this?
I think they're long overdue, and I've been doing that since since Instagram Live was created. I've been doing that. I know that's not quote unquote virtual, but it was virtual to me because I had a tripod set right there, just like we have all these cameras, and I gave an intern my cell phone. I was like, take my cell phone and go on live. It's new right now. Trust me, it's going to be popular one day. And now I don't even use it anymore, but yeah, and it was a thing. But virtual in the aspect of like how it's more like technical based and like it's like 3D forms and all that stuff, I think it's beautiful. I think it's good for the person that can't come to your show because you don't know, like I want to inspire and aspire for the people that are at home that are into fashion, but maybe they're handicapped, they can't come, or maybe they're really sick, or I want to be able to shock and surprise everybody all around the world, but I don't want to just be able to do it in one building. So I think it's amazing to be able to touch other people, just like how TV did.
From a marketing standpoint, to me, the outreach is impeccable. You may have somebody see Fashion Week Columbus that's in Australia that may not have known about Stevie Boi or any of the other brands. So I hope it's something for me personally that the virtual aspects stay past COVID. Do you think that it's going to be something?
Because what happened is that this situation has caused a lot of people basically PTSD, and it's going to be stuck with them for the rest of their lives that this is like our new norm, and it's not just going to go back to like regular life. It just isn't. But I will be honest. The fact that we have all these people, we have a lot of people here, is telling me that people still want to get out and have a normal life.
Yes.
I would hope so. But, no one wants to be stayed up in their house with their kids and their wives and husband all day. I want to be in the house with my own self, y'all. I'm a Cancer. Do you know anything about being a Cancer? Cancers love to be in the house by themselves. I don't want to be in the house with my own self. It's that bad.
Yeah, I definitely think that people are yearning to get out and do a little something. Or as my grandma says, stick your toe in the water.
Yes, my grandma said that too. We had the same grandma, by the way. We already know we kind of
grew up the same way.
They grew up the same way,
Yeah, so I think it's great, and it's amazing that Fashion Week that we've been actually able to pull this off. As of a couple months ago, we didn't even know if we would be able to do this. Yeah. So we're really excited to have you here with us this year again.
Again, very happy to be back.
Any last words? Because we're getting close to our time limit.
Okay. Well, I think the number one thing is, check out StevieBoi.com. That's STEVIEBOI.com. Hey, ladies.
Some of our models and stuff.
Oh, those are the models?
Yeah, they had a little exhibition over at the fountain earlier.
Okay, y'all killing it. I see that strap. But yeah, y'all, I'm trying to build another house, so StevieBoi.com. StevieBoi.com.
I ain't mad.
Hey.
StevieBoi.com, and your shop's on there.
Yes.
How often? No,
free shipping. Worldwide.
I look at your shop a lot because I'm kind of stalkerish and I want to see what you're doing.
Me too.
How often are you putting new product up there, do you think?
Well, because I'm here with you, I won't be doing that today. But when I get back home Monday, I'm making I don't even know when I'm going back home. See what happened? Dang on COVID.
Yeah.
Pandemic situation. When I get back home on Monday, I'm going to design at least 30, 40. I knock them out.
Yeah.
I go in. Yeah. Because I get real creative.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because I've been sitting here not designing, but at the same time kind of designing, I've been,
Yeah.
And by the way, 2 girls today just bought 2 pairs of sunglasses off me when I was going to the UPS store.
Today?
Yeah.
They bought stuff that we're supposed to be showing?
Oh, well, I won't be back, y'all. Just kidding.
Where they at?
He's like, I am bringing him back now.
Yeah, at least
no.
let
They
them
were-
know
they
on
were-
Runway
they
we
were-
can get them out.
They were some extra glasses that I had. Did I save myself? Did that work?
I'm not mad at it. I mean, I'd do it if I could pull it off, but hey, it's just a little shady baby for me,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I got you. You know what I'm doing tomorrow all day. I'm working, so.
Yeah. Oh, before we go, because we do have just a couple more minutes.
Okay.
Can we play a little game?
Uh-oh. Spaghetti.
Okay. It's this or that. I'll give you two things, and you pick. Okay? It's very simple. Here's a run. Pizza or hamburgers?
Pizza. I know you like hamburgers.
I like pizza too.
Okay.
I just said I can't live life without a hamburger.
Whatever.
Every now and then.
Sorry, I'm telling all our business.
Sunglasses or like vanity eyeglasses?
Sunglasses.
Gold or silver?
Silver.
Really?
I don't
I'm
like
gold.
gold. I can't stand gold.
It's my undertone.
That's probably going to be our next collection, the gold collection. Why not?
You're welcome.
Oh, it could be like Olympic. Like I could do like oh wait, I'm telling. I said it first. No, that was proof. You see me? Got it. Okay, that was proof right there.
You guys know if you ever see a Olympic collection that he said it here first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you travel. Sweden or Tokyo?
Sweden.
New York or LA?
New York.
Texas
Tommy's right there.
or Nevada?
Texas. What? Nevada.
I just threw it out there, totally random. Beyonce?
Beyonce.
I didn't even say.
Okay.
Beyonce or Gaga?
Beyonce.
I'm just asking.
Twice times 15,000.
Oh,
That part.
okay. Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Don't edit that out.
So, okay, since we're talking Beyonce, Michelle
Oh, we being messy. I got it. Let's be messy. Dang, I need a drink.
or Kelly?
Kelly.
Okay, all right, all right.
That was it?
No, yeah.
I like this game. It's messy. I'm
It's a
here
fun
for it.
game, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Vogue or Elle?
Vogue.
Vogue Italia or Vogue US?
Vogue Italia.
Really?
I've never been in Vogue US. They don't want me. I've been in every single Vogue besides US. That's okay. Anna Wintour is, whatever. She'll survive. She's been surviving. She's like Queen Elizabeth.
She's going to be around a long time.
Mm-hmm.
A long time. US or Europe?
Both. I grew up in both. Yeah, I grew up in both. Europe.
You going with Europe?
Yep.
I can't blame you. Europe's fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, US is.
You know what? I was
good.
like, let me not sugarcoat this because I'm back home in America. No, Europe.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Keep it
Coffee
real.
or tea?
Tea.
Thank you for all my tea people. I hear y'all. Thank you. Okay. Mercedes or Tesla?
Man.
They're both fab.
Because it's the future, I'm gonna go with Tesla. Yeah. You know what? Tesla.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little futuristic.
Plus I have investment in Tesla, so.
Right, we did talk
Should
about
we get that? What's his name? Elon Musk? Hire me, please. I'm a really good designer, I promise.
Yes.
He's going to eventually do interior designers for his vehicle.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he already has them, but he doesn't have me.
I mean, the inside of the car is very chic, so you could definitely do something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one more.
Okay.
Couple fashion ones.
Okay.
High heels for girls or flats?
High heels.
Yeah. All the models. High
The models
heels.
like high heels. Y'all lying. Y'all know y'all want to wear them flats.
Eyeshadow or highlighter for your cheeks?
Oh, that's tough for me because I love highlighter. I'm going to go with highlighter.
I love highlighter.
Yeah. I could. Yeah, highlighter. I didn't even know. You know what? I get to win this one because I use my highlighter as my eyeshadow.
Me too.
Boom.
Yes, totally. Lipstick or lip gloss?
Gloss.
I'm a stick girl. I like sticks. So.
I'm too rough. Oh, I guess we're not talking about me.
Okay, so here's something that I know that you're iffy about. Colors.
Oh, yeah.
Pink or red?
Oh, my God. I'd rather vomit. I'll go with pink since I did a collection.
Green or yellow?
Green.
Because of money?
Yeah. Benjamins. That was your excuse, not mine, but I'm going to go with it. And plants. I love plants. Plants are great, thank God.
Yes. Orange or purple?
Purple. It's an African royalty color, so I'll go with that.
It is the color of African royalty.
But I love orange soda. Yes, I do.
Yes. I already know the answer to this one, but I'm still going to ask you, black or white?
Black.
Yeah.
I can't wear white because I'm too rough, and I like rolling in the dirt and stuff. So I just look poor and bummish. I mean, you should see, if there was a way that you guys could have an x-ray to see what my clothes look like, I'm pretty dirty. I'm not, I'm very clean. I wash my clothes.
Is that what you were doing in the cabin?
Yeah.
Rolling in the dirt.
Yeah. Rolling in the dirt. Rolling dirt. I was, though.
Oh my goodness.
Method actor.
I know, I love it. I think it's fantastic. I wish that a lot of people would take the method into whatever that they're doing. So I think it's really cool that, you do that. So if you do Olympic, or maybe you'll go to the Olympics next year and do some method there.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know.
Stevie, always fun talking to you.
Same.
Thank you everybody for coming out. Had a fabulous time. I know this is a different type of setting and interview.
Yes.
Oh look, they're clapping with the horn.
Oh my goodness, this is a blessing. Can I get an Instagram? Wait, hold up, you guys. Hold up, man.
Video.
Let me get this little Instagram video.
Hold on, he wants to do a video, y'all honking.
All right, you guys.
Okay, go.
Hey, let's get this support. Cowboy, hey, model. I'm here for it. Look at that support,
And
All
big
right.
thank you to Easton for hosting us tonight.
Yes, amen.
One of my favorite places to shop. I live so close here. I can just pop in and pop out, and
she does.
I do.
I don't even live with her. I don't even know where she lives at. I just know that she lives nearby. And she stay fly.
Thank you, darling.
You
So big thank you to Easton. Fashion Week. If you guys want to see Stevie Boi, his collection will be on the runway Saturday. The show is 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock? Yes. 8 o'clock on Saturday. FashionWeekColumbus.org to buy your tickets. A beautiful virtual show. You are going to get up close and personal with Stevie Boi and 5 other amazing local designers. So we really appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a fantastic week. And this movie you're going to watch tonight is a lot of fun. Pay attention to the fashion in this Crazy Rich Asians. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I love it.
Such a good movie.
It will make you want to just spend money.
Spend money on a crazy wedding and amazing looks. So have a fabulous night. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you on the runway.